Be careful with the things that you say about the Wayne and Baby situation. To create energy or like a excitement for the actual release of their record.
It looks like the drama between Lil Wayne and Jay-Z is heating up in ways no one could have predicted. What started as a battle of egos and lyrical jabs has spiraled into a potential takedown of one of the most iconic figures in hip-hop. And the kicker? Lil Wayne might finally have the upper hand, with allegations, secrets, and behind-the-scenes conflicts threatening to unravel Jay-Z's carefully constructed empire. So how did we get here, and why is Lil Wayne seemingly ready to blow the lid off Jay-Z's past? Let's dive in.
Music question. We had an interview with 50 recently. Right, and 50 was talking about Louisiana.
To understand the tension, you have to go back to the beginning, when Lil Wayne boldly declared himself the best rapper alive. At the time, this was seen as a direct challenge to Jay-Z, who many considered the reigning king of hip-hop. Jay-Z, never one to back down from a challenge, responded by taking shots at Wayne in a diss track. He warned him to stay in line and even hinted at replacing Wayne's confidence with cold, hard reality. But if there's one thing we know about Lil Wayne, it's that he doesn't back down. In an interview, he doubled down on his claim, saying he was better than Jay-Z and calling out the rapper's decision to return to music after a brief retirement. Wayne made it clear that, in his eyes, the throne was no longer Jay-Z's. Of course, these kinds of rivalries are common in hip-hop, but this one felt personal. When Wayne apologized a few months later, claiming the media had twisted his words, it seemed like the feud might fizzle out. But Jay-Z wasn't about to let it go. He responded with more pointed lyrics, reminding Wayne of his place in the hierarchy. And just when things seemed to be escalating, the two shocked fans by collaborating on music and even performing together. For a brief moment, it looked like they had buried the hatchet.
Wayne was supposed to be a special surprise guest at the 50 Cent show, which I totally believe because this man had like 6 surprise guests at his LA show on Wednesday.
But, as with many rivalries, the peace didn't last. Enter Birdman, Lil Wayne's mentor and the head of Cash Money Records, who reignited the feud by claiming Wayne was not only the better rapper, but also the more successful one. Birdman didn't hold back, saying there was no way Jay-Z could compare to Wayne, whether in terms of lyrical skill or financial success. This naturally didn't sit well with Jay-Z, who fired back with a track accusing Wayne and Birdman of having baby money and boasting about his own immense wealth. Wayne initially tried to defuse the situation, saying he wouldn't turn it into a competition, but he couldn't resist taking a jab at Jay-Z in a song of his own. The back and forth continued, with both rappers trading increasingly personal insults.
Don't trust nobody. In Hollywood, specifically, when you get there, a lot of people don't know how to say no. That's the difference between New York City and California.
The feud simmered for years, but things took a surprising turn when Lil Wayne signed a deal with Tidal, Jay-Z's streaming platform. Wayne even hinted at joining Roc Nation, Jay-Z's label, leaving fans puzzled about the state of their relationship. But while their professional ties seemed to suggest a truce, rumors swirled that tensions were still brewing behind the scenes. And it wasn't just about Lil Wayne. Jay-Z's issues with Wayne's proteges, Drake and Nicki Minaj, added fuel to the fire. Drake's meteoric rise put him in direct competition with Jay-Z, and fans couldn't help but notice the subtle digs Jay-Z took at him over the years. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj made it clear she felt targeted by Roc Nation, accusing them of supporting artists who actively tried to undermine her career. She even suggested that Jay-Z played a role in the tensions between her and Megan Thee Stallion, one of Roc Nation's stars. Nicki didn't mince words, calling out Jay-Z's alleged tactics and making it clear she wasn't afraid to speak her mind.
It was a bit nerve-wracking in terms of wanting to be very clear that this is not something.
But perhaps the most public display of this tension came with the Super Bowl halftime show controversy. For months, fans speculated that Lil Wayne would headline the show in 2025, especially since it was set to take place in his hometown of New Orleans. Wayne himself expressed how much the opportunity would mean to him, calling it a dream come true. But when Kendrick Lamar was announced as the headliner instead, many saw it as a deliberate snub orchestrated by Jay-Z, who has been involved in selecting performers since his company partnered with the league. Nicki Minaj didn't hold back, taking to social media to blast Jay-Z for overlooking Wayne. She accused him of letting personal grudges influence his decisions and suggested he was punishing Wayne because of his affiliations with Birdman, Drake, and herself.
But I had to figure, I'm like, okay, I have to figure out my space in it.
While Nicki's accusations were bold, they also opened up a deeper conversation about Jay-Z's role in shaping hip-hop's biggest stages. Many fans began questioning whether Jay-Z's influence on events like the Super Bowl halftime show was more about business than celebrating the culture. Critics pointed out that while Jay-Z has championed black artists, his decisions often align with his own interests. Some even suggested that Kendrick's selection, though undeniably deserving, was a calculated move to sideline Wayne and make a broader statement about who holds power in the industry. This raised concerns about whether personal grudges were being disguised as artistic choices.
That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good.
Adding to the drama, industry insiders have hinted that the Super Bowl snub might only be the beginning of a larger power play. There are whispers that Jay-Z has been quietly working behind the scenes to reshape the current landscape of hip-hop. Allegedly, his goal is to consolidate influence around himself and his inner circle while keeping other major players like Wayne and his Young Money proteges out of the biggest cultural moments. One source even claimed this isn't just about the Super Bowl, it's about control. Jay wants to own the narrative, and sometimes that means cutting others out, even if they've earned the spotlight. Meanwhile, Wayne's fans have been vocal about their frustrations, flooding social media with demands for justice. Many have pointed out that Wayne's influence on modern hip-hop is undeniable, with his groundbreaking style and mentorship of artists like Drake and Nicki shaping an entire generation. Wayne isn't just a rapper, he's a pioneer, one fan posted. To overlook him in his own city is straight up disrespectful. The outcry has reignited debates about how legends in the game are treated and whether they're given their due recognition while still active, rather than being celebrated only when they step away from the spotlight.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
And yet, despite the backlash, Jay-Z has remained silent, refusing to address the accusations directly. His silence has fueled even more speculation, with some interpreting it as a strategic move to avoid adding fuel to the fire. Others, however, see it as an admission of guilt, arguing that if Jay-Z's decisions were purely artistic, he would have no reason to avoid the conversation. As one fan put it, the fact that he's not saying anything speaks volumes. If you know you're right, you defend yourself, but if you're wrong, you stay quiet and hope it blows over. Nicki's tirade struck a chord with fans, many of whom felt Wayne had been unfairly sidelined. Some even speculated that Jay-Z's decision was part of a larger effort to control the narrative around hip-hop, positioning himself and his allies as the genre's dominant voices. Whatever the case, the fallout was immediate and intense, with fans and fellow artists rallying behind Wayne. But just as the Super Bowl drama reached its peak, things took an even darker turn. Jay-Z found himself facing allegations that could shake his entire legacy. A lawsuit surfaced accusing him of serious misconduct. And while Jay-Z has vehemently denied the claims, the timing couldn't be worse. Lil Wayne, seeing an opportunity to settle old scores, has reportedly been digging into Jay-Z's past, uncovering details that could put the rapper in an even more precarious position. According to insiders, Wayne has evidence of Jay-Z's alleged involvement in covering up scandals within his orbit, including rumors of misconduct involving other artists.
10 years.
Oh, Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love, now. Dr.
No,
Love.
Sean Carter.
Oh.
One particularly explosive claim involves Jay-Z's alleged relationship with a young Foxy Brown. While both parties have denied any wrongdoing, whispers about their connection have persisted for years. Wayne reportedly believes these stories are just the tip of the iceberg, and he's allegedly prepared to expose what he knows. He's also hinted at Jay-Z's pattern of aligning himself with younger artists, suggesting it's part of a broader strategy to maintain control and influence. And let's not forget the allegations surrounding Roc Nation's handling of other controversies. Tory Lanez, for instance, claimed that Roc Nation pressured him to take the fall in his highly publicized dispute with Megan Thee Stallion. Nicki Minaj, too, has accused the company of silencing her when she tried to speak out about her experiences. According to Wayne, these incidents are part of a larger pattern of behavior that Jay-Z has allegedly tried to keep under wraps.
We intend to name people in these lawsuits. We're not going to do it in interviews. We're not going to do it, without doing our due diligence, because obviously, these types of allegations.
Fans are watching all of this unfold with bated breath, and they're not holding back their opinions. One fan commented, "Lil Wayne, the victims need you. Spill the truth." And another added, "Thanks, Wayne. Be careful. Okay, you are the best. Always were. Never apologize to a bull." The support for Wayne is strong, with many seeing him as a voice of justice in an industry that often prioritizes power over accountability. As the tension continues to build, one thing is clear: this isn't just about music anymore. The feud between Lil Wayne and Jay-Z has evolved into a battle over legacy, influence, and the truth. And with Lil Wayne seemingly ready to unleash what he knows, Jay-Z's carefully crafted image could be at serious risk. Will Wayne deliver on his promise to expose the truth, or will Jay-Z find a way to weather the storm? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: this is far from over. What do you think about the allegations swirling around Jay-Z? Do you believe Lil Wayne has the evidence to take him down? Or is this just another chapter in their long-running feud? Let us know your thoughts, and don't forget to stay tuned for more updates. This story is only just beginning.